You're watching Dumas ISD TV.
They're going to throw it down the middle. They have Johnny Marquez open. He's at the 40 of Canyon. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. Johnny Marquez will score. What an answer for the Dumas Demons.
A one-play answer, no less.
He's back to pass. He's looking downfield. Now he throws it down the middle. Dumas is there with an interception. And that's Johnny Marquez with the ball coming back toward the Dumas sideline. That may be, is it Johnny?
Yes.
All right, and he's at the 20, and he finally gets thrown out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Back to pass is Mills. He throws it across the middle. Has a receiver open. It's going to be caught. Back to pass is Mills. They throw it back to Escarcega. He on a screen play. I think he's in for the score. Yes. Touchdown, Dumas Demons. Back to pass. He's looking deep downfield. He's throwing it deep downfield. Has a receiver open. It's going to be caught into Canyon territory. Here comes a man in motion back to the left, but they're going to hand it to Eduardo. He has a big opening. He's in for the score. Touchdown, Dumas Demons, Eduardo Hernandez. He's back to pass. Here comes a blitz. He steps up into the pocket, and now he throws it down the middle looking for Emino Marquez. He has it! He has it on the 1-yard line.
I think it's touchdown.
Touchdown, Dumas Demons. Here comes the receiver back to the right. Colton takes it, rolls to the right, throws it. It's going to be Coley on the catch. Second down and 1. Back to pass is Colton. He throws it over to the Canyon sideline. It's caught, thrown out of bounds. Back to pass is Mills. He's going to throw it down the middle. Looking for Emino. He grabs it. What a catch. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. 20. Touchdown. Dumas Demons. 85-yard pass and catch. Here's the snap. Lopez is going to roll left. He's going to throw it down the middle, and it's going to be picked off. Emino Marquez. Back to pass is Mills. He's going to step up, throw it deep down the middle, looking for something, and it's caught! Touchdown, Dumas Demons. Mills is going to take it back to pass, look left, steps up into the pocket. He has a running room. He only has one man to beat, and he is going to be down, I believe, at the 1-yard line. To the right, he's back to pass, and they're going mano. Johnny Gutierrez, and I think he has it.
Incredible.
Touchdown, Johnny Gutierrez.
What a catch. He was double teamed.
Back to pass is Colton Mills. He escapes the rush. Now he throws it downfield. It's going to be caught, and that's going to be Coley, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Dumas Demons. Saying there's 2 seconds on the clock. This will be the last play of the game.
O-line got blocked out.
39-yard field goal. Here we go. Zamarippa ready to go. There's the snap. The kick's on the way, and the kick is... It's good!
We did it! We beat him, baby!
Yes,
Let's go!
Yes,
Send them home! Let's go!
That's just like what they won last year.
That's exactly like it.
Oh, yeah.
What a senior night in Demon Stadium.
You're watching Dumas ISD TV.
All right, welcome to week 7 of the Coaches Show with head football coach Aaron Dunnam. Coach, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, Zane. Sure appreciate you.
District Game 2, Demons getting ready to take on the Canyon Eagles. Last week, we opened up district with the Randall Raiders. Randall won that game 27-17. It was a back-and-forth game, tied going into the fourth quarter at 17. It was, again, so close at the end, but Randall gets the win.
It does, and that's been our situation the last 4 ball games. Just in the game, whether it be, our last 4 have been tied at some point in the fourth quarter.
That's right.
Credit to Randall. Randall's a good football team. Actually, just came out this week ranked number 4 in the state. so toe-to-toe with them. I mean, tied at 17 in the fourth quarter, and just again, we find a way to drop the football game, and so we've got to. But again, it doesn't. I don't think it overshadows some of the performance of some of our kids and how our team's playing. We just, again, I think it's just inconsistency. But again, we've had inconsistency since our very first ball game. We have not played with the same lineup since week one. Gradually, we're getting guys back, and I just hope to that we can catch fire here at the right time, and I think we will. I mean, the focus right now and what we're talking about is. You could very easily, get in your mind that we've dropped the last four, or you can look at it in more of a positive outlook and know that those first three really don't matter because they were in the pre-district. And really, what does matter is we've dropped one district football game.
Sure.
And so that's got to be our approach as we prepare and get ready for the Canyon Eagles.
Colton was extremely efficient in the passing game. 17 of 23, threw for 269, 2 touchdowns.
Playing well. It overshadowed a little bit by the end of the football game. As you look at it, he was really, Reese Waddell was having a great night, really catching the vertical ball and the deep balls, and we had a whole lot of success. And then just there at the very, very end, Randall got pretty aggressive in their pass rush and sacked us a few times there at the end. But that's we've got to buckle down. We've got to find a way to to change our mindset and change our mentality. There late in the game when it's on the line. I think a little bit of our, just confidence with our consistency and being able to, play to not to. I think we're playing not to lose right now, which that requires you to be that makes you a little bit passive. We've got to get that little killer instinct and play to win, and so that's what we're gonna attack.
I look at your receiving core, and I don't know, Coach, that there's anybody that will play all year that will have the type of athletes that we've got at receiver. Two of those guys had really good games. Emmanuel Marquez, 4 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown. And then Reese Waddell is these last 2 games, he has 5 catches in each one of those games. This one he went for 98 yards and we named him player of the game.
Sure. No, we're playing really well at the receiver position. Anytime that we struggle in the passing game, it's not due to the quarterback and receiver situation, just our protection. So we're going to have to make sure that we secure that up, and we will. We've got a group of coaches that coach our offensive line that do an outstanding job, and we've got a group of kids that want to get better. And so we'll definitely tighten that up a little bit and continue to throw the football around.
It's a fun group to watch because at any point, somebody could break one.
Sure.
And we've got the team speed, but also even Colton, to me, and it's wild because he is still a sophomore.
Sure.
He's barely played or started in over 10 games, but the accuracy on some of his deep passes and where he is just able to put it right on our receivers has really been amazing to me.
His arm strength is really good, and his arm talent's good. I think we're going to continue to see great things from him. Just like you said, only started 10 football games. And so just being a sophomore, he's going to get better and better as we go. We're going to need him to. He's a big leader. He's a leader on our football team. We're going to need him to definitely be, hitting on all cylinders and playing really well for us.
Trio of linebackers, Dustin Coey, Eden Laura, LR2, and also LD Balbuena led the team in tackles, all those guys with 8 tackles apiece.
I thought we played much better on defense, but again, still inconsistency from time to time. The big play was an issue for us. We go there 17-17 in the fourth quarter. They pop an 80-yard run on us. Prior to that, their tailback had 21 carries for 68 yards.
Yeah.
And we were playing really well and pretty aggressive in the run game. But then, pops an 80-yarder and all of a sudden, but that's like our Achilles heel right now. We're just the big play. There were 2 big pass plays in the game that really hurt us. One was on 3rd and 8. It's the consistency and execution from down to down that we're going to have to continue to get better at.
We kind of talked about this earlier in the week. The past few games, the teams that you've played offensively have run, 70, 80 plays. This game was very different. I mean, the game was over so fast because of the running from both teams and Colton's efficiency. I mean, there just wasn't many incomplete passes to stop the clock. And so it really kind of shortened the game. And that could be something that we see this week from Canyon. And so it magnifies every single play.
It does. When you shorten the game like that, and there are opportunities, it almost requires you to be perfect. I mean, there is not much wiggle room for making mistakes, and that's definitely hurt us this season. And so, but we're gonna continue to just get our kids better, continue to work and execute, continue to try to create game plans that put our guys in position and make plays. And then, when it boils down to it, the 80-yard touchdown run. Randall ran the same play on the first play of the game.
Yeah.
It was tackled for a 1-yard gain or at the line of scrimmage. Same defense, same players, same everything. And then it's an 80-yard touchdown. But it also just shows, it shows you in the game, and you've got to execute from down to down. You've got to be prepared, and you've got to be ready. And then we've got to make plays. When your opportunity is there, you can't miss tackles. You got to make plays. And so that's where the focus is.
Well, another opportunity this week. I mean, you mentioned being there, being with the chance, which is what you want. We've been there the last 4 games. It just hasn't gone in our favor. But again, you have another opportunity this week. We're in the first year after a realignment cycle, and so what that means is our schedule that we play this year, it's going to mimic. It'll just be flipped next year, and so. Another tough opponent after you face Randall. We'll go right into facing Canyon this week.
It is. It's every week in this district. There's been a lot of talk for the last few years, about this district and being one of the top districts in the state. And I think this one is no different. You got to be prepared and ready every time. We've got a Canyon team coming to town that's backs against the wall just like ours.
Sure.
We both are 0-1 right now in district, and so this is a very, very important game. And definitely, I think it sets the team that wins this is definitely set up for success and looking to have a great opportunity to make the playoffs.
Past 2 seasons, this game has been won or lost on the final play of regulation on a field goal.
It's I hope that we're not there again. But if there's any trend here, I mean, the last 4 ball games we've been in pretty close ball games in the fourth quarter with 1 or 2 plays deciding the outcome of the game, and so I don't know that this will be any different.
Let's break the trend.
I agree.
So what are you looking for out of tonight's opponent?
I'm definitely going to have a hungry football team. I mean, both of us are going to be extremely hungry, and so knowing that, we're going to have teams that are going to be. I mean, I think possibly pulling out all tricks. I mean, any possible way. I think we've got to be really, really sound on all 3 phases. We've got to be prepared. Definitely, looking for a Canyon team that's going to come to town extremely, extremely hungry, and then they're going to get a defensive. They're going to get a Dumas team that's extremely hungry as well.
Sometimes you can look at these opponents and like the average fan might say, well, I went through and I looked at their scores. I looked at it. Canyon's not the same team that they were in week 1, and Dumas is not the same team that we were in week 1. And we can even say that maybe about 2 weeks ago.
Sure. No, we're not. I mean, it's definitely. I don't. You always do look at scores, and you look at that and you figure, oh well, here's this score, here's that score. We're going to be just fine. But not in this district. Every game takes on its own identity. And there's. The ante gets pushed up every single week. The closer we get to the end of the season, and this district race starts to work its way, and you can start seeing things. And every game is going to be extremely important.
Defensive side of the ball, what's going to be key for Dumas as they face this Canyon offense?
Well, we're going to see a very, very multiple style. Canyon has changed in the last 2 years. There used to be a spread. Total spread offense, threw the ball a lot, vertical passing game. That's not who they are right now. Doesn't mean that they won't. From game to game, as you watch the films, I mean they change. You look at us last year. the very first series of the game, they come out in a traditional spread offense and then never do that the rest of the game. Yeah. So the rest of the first drive was that. They got down here close to the end zone, went to their heavy style run game, 2-back, 3-back offense, and stayed in it the rest of the game. We've seen that from time to time this year as well. Each game, changes. And so the key to us is to be able to line up and be able to defend that. I do think that that sometimes their offense is their best defense. We talked a little bit earlier about the snaps of a football game and how it limits your opportunities. And I think that's what they might try to do. And so we're going to have to be really, really good stopping the run on defense, being able to get off the field on third down, not allow them to keep drives alive. And be great tacklers. That's been Achilles' heel here in the last few games, and we're just going to have to be able to be great tacklers and swarm the football.
One of the things that I've heard about this Canyon team, and I've been able to, they played a couple Thursday night games, and so we've been able to kind of watch those, but they seem to have a lot of with their run, a lot of trying to. Misdirection, deception of like it looks like the play's going to go to the right, they might go to the left, or maybe it starts to the left and then goes back right. I mean, they're trying to do things to get you off balance. They
do have misdirection plays, and then they run the ball so effectively out of this 2 and 3 back sets that the bootleg off of it, the play action pass off of it. Is really good, because they are going to lull you to sleep. They're going to run the football out of those sets and require you to get your secondary involved in the run game. And then, so we're going to have to be extremely disciplined with our eyes on our keys when they do run the bootleg, that we're going to be able to be, in position to be able to defend that, because they do a good job of that.
Offensive side of the ball, what do you think is going to be key for Dumas to move the ball and score against this Eagle defense?
I think the key is to protect the football.
Sure.
That was our problem last week. We had 2 long drives that if would have ended in points, we'd have won our game last week. And so I think being able to finish drives and not allow Canyon to have the ball any more than they deserve. Each possession is going to matter in this football game, and so on offense, we're going to have to make sure that we secure the football and then be able to finish drives and score. When we get in position to score, we need to put points on the board.
I know that you can say this any week about any team, but maybe trying to if they have to play from behind and they kind of have to get out of what they want to do, kind of forces them to do some things that they're not going to want to.
Sure. I mean, that's really not who they've been this year. They're not a spread style offense. They're not going to throw it around all the time. And so anytime that you do get you a lead, you force them to get into that style of offense. Yeah. Anytime that they may have the lead or it's a close ball game, they can always use the clock and just possession after possession. And so I think that's key. I think it's key to jump out on them as quick as we can, and then just do what we've done all year long offensively. Besides last game, I think we've been extremely explosive all year long on the offensive side of the football. And so get back there, protect with our offensive line, do a great job protecting Colton, allow our offense to do what we do, run the football, which will open up the passing game, and then be effective there.
I'm looking forward to it, Coach.
Yes, sir. Me too.
I'm excited about our guys getting back out there, getting another chance. I know that they're hungry. I know that you as a coaching staff are hungry and ready to get out there. These weeks have to be long and wanting to get back and be back on the field on the Friday night.
They are long, extremely hungry, and just the way this season's gone and how. But proud. I want to make sure that everybody understands that. I mean, we all want to win. Mm-hmm. We all would like to have more wins than we do losses. We're setting 2-4 right now, but I think we've got a really good football team. We've got kids that are stepping up and maybe that wasn't their role at the start of the season, but they've been put into that role. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to make sure to overshadow the efforts of our kids and how hard our kids are playing and how hard our coaching staff is coaching. Life is not always fair, and life doesn't. The ball's not always going to bounce your way, and we unfortunately we've faced that more this year than we have in the past. But I still believe that it's setting our kids up for a really, really neat story if we'll just stay true and keep fighting.
Well, Coach, talk about like what's going to be going on tonight as far as T-Mobile's going to be here. Just talk about what all is going to be going on tonight.
Got an exciting night. This is part of our the 5G Friday night celebration that we're involved in, being one of the 16 finalists. There's tailgate parties with T-Mobile all over the country. Not necessarily tonight, but of the choice of the game that the school has decided. This is going to be ours, and so T-Mobile's going to be here early. There's going to be celebrations. There's going to be games. There's going to be tailgates. There's going to be things going on underneath the stands. There's going to be a presentation at halftime of the $25,000 check. And then there's just going to be there's free entry for 500 people. 500 people that'll come to the game and show the T-Mobile Life app will get in free. There also T-Mobile is bringing 200 $10 value food vouchers that can be used at the concession stand. And so they're gonna people that are coming and involved in the games and showing school spirit and are excited. Throughout the game, they're going to be giving these vouchers away, but you can go get you $10 free at the concession stand. And then it's also a pink out night. It was pink out night for us already, but magenta is the color of T-Mobile as well, and so they're going to be here with 500 free T-shirts, giving those out. It's just going to be a really exciting night. A lot of energy and excitement, and just it's an opportunity for our community to really not only just show locally, but it's our opportunity tonight to show the rest of the world, because they're going to have a production crew here that's going to be video and recording and taking pictures and just showing the atmosphere of Dumas as we show our community through this sweepstakes that we're in. So I want to encourage everybody to come out and really, really show what we do on Friday nights here in Dumas, Texas.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun evening. So, again, if you're watching this on YouTube, the game's getting ready to start. You still have time. Come on out to the stadium. Who knows? I mean, there may still be some free vouchers to get into the game for free. So go on, show up out here at the stadium. It's going to be an incredible atmosphere, and you're going to see an awesome game. Dumas Demons looking to get that first victory in district play. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, second half of the Coaches Show after this. right, welcome back for the second half of the Coach's Show. Coach, we got some quick hit questions.
Okay.
These are just off the wall, okay?
Okay.
Most obscure high school mascot in the state of Texas. I mean, we've got a lot of them.
There are a lot of them, but I'm going to go with the Itasca Wampus Cats. Itasca Wampus Cats.
What do you think a Wampus Cat is?
I'm not too sure. Maybe like some type of, I don't know, mountain lion or something of that nature.
I like the, I'm going to go with the Hamlin Pied Pipers.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Hamlin Pied Pipers.
But there are some other good ones. Hutto.
The Hutto Hippos.
New Braunfels.
I think they're the unicorns.
Yeah.
I see, we like to play this game. This is one of our family road games.
Okay, yeah.
When we are on the road, we go through the alphabet. Or the alphabet game. Then we also play just you name a town, a Texas town, you name the mascot. So,
yeah, there you go. Do you know winners?
The Winners Blizzards.
Yes,
I do.
I like that.
I'm pretty good at this game. So I do.
I like it. I graduated from Pampa, who is the Harvesters, but there's also the Fighting Farmers of Louisville, and then Roscoe
Plowboys.
Plowboys.
Oh yeah.
So those are the little agricultural mascots.
I graduated from Wheeler, and we were the Mustangs.
Yeah.
So I think there's quite a few Mustangs, Sweetwater Mustangs, probably.
Well, I noticed that Dave Campbell's this week posted something on Facebook about the most common football stadium name in Texas, I think, is Bulldog Stadium.
Okay. Bulldogs, and then I would say some type of cat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cats and bulldogs. So
that's right. Yeah. It's fun stuff. Good stuff. And Texas does have, I want to say like 1,400 or something like that high schools.
Sure.
And a lot of different mascots.
There are.
I think that Dumas is the only one that is the Demon.
The Demon.
There might be Red Devils or Red Demons or Blue Demons or all that kind of stuff. But Demon.
The only one in the state of Texas.
Dumas.
Yes.
All right. Coach, most intimidating away stadium atmosphere that you remember being at or playing in?
We coached in an amazing one here in Demon Stadium. I can't remember the exact year, but it was the home-to-home flip that we won with Lubbock Cooper. It was when we were in the 5A district, but just the atmosphere was amazing. I remember, early before the game, going up to the press box and just looking over the back of the stadium, and there were cars parked as far as you could see. We had the amazing flyover, and then our kids just played outstanding that game. So that was one. I've got some other ones as a coach. When I played when I coached at Abilene Cooper. Abilene High games were always pretty amazing. 18 to 20,000 in the stands, and so that was a really, really good football game. Played at Texas Stadium too. And so those were some good ones as well. Played in a lot of smaller ones in high school, but probably the best one that I played at in high school was a state championship. We played at HEB, Hirsch, Euless, Bedford, Pennington Field. That was a really neat field for a small town kid from Wheeler, Texas. So
and that is a historic Texas high school football field.
It is. It was really neat. So.
All right, so kind of along those same lines, better venue, the old Texas Stadium where the Cowboys used to play, or AT&T Stadium where they're current?
I think definitely AT&T Stadium right now, the new one. Definitely. There's some challenges too. When we were there, there's so many lights and so many different things going off, and so many things that the football gets distracted. Returning punts, and there's lights going on at the other end, and so it's a big deal. We played there twice. I think we played Denton Geyer there when I was at Abilene Cooper, and then we played South Lake Carroll there as well in a football game. So it's been I've never played in it. When I played in 2 state championships, and if I would have been playing in today's time, it would have been there. But it wasn't. One of them we played at Shotwell Stadium in Abilene, and then we played at Pennington Field at HEB. So.
But you went to the old Texas Stadium, right?
I did. I went and I watched a Cowboys game there. I think it was actually a preseason game there in the old Texas Stadium. So
I'm kind of a sucker for the old stadiums. I mean, there's no match for AT&T Stadium. I mean, the amenities. You gawk at the screen over the field. I mean, it's an unbelievable place to watch anything. I went to. They hosted the Final Four there not long after it opened up. And it's unbelievable.
It is,
and it's an incredible atmosphere. It's an awesome venue for everything that it does. I don't know that there's a better place that could host the state championships for Texas high school football than AT&T Stadium. But I'm also a sucker for those old stadiums. I like going to the old Cotton Bowl, and watching games. And as far as almost an original, not too much updated. I mean, they've got big screens now that you can see replays on, but that it's still kind of that old style feel.
Sure.
Kind of walk under there, and it's similar to walking underneath here with all the stands and trusses and all that kind of stuff.
Another one that fits that, is Ratliff Stadium that we've been able to play in. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but just all the history behind it is what really, really makes the stadium.
Yeah, neat stuff. Coach, let's talk about District 2-4A. You mentioned this earlier. What makes this district so tough week after week in football?
Well, one that makes it tough is the addition of West Plains.
Sure.
And I definitely think that doesn't need to be overlooked. But I think the coaches in it. I think it's a very, very well coached district from not only the head coaches, just all the assistant coaches. We've got some really, really good coaches out in this part of the world, and then. I just think maybe some of the rivalries that we've created throughout the years makes it another tough one. And then just our players too. Our players that, these teams that represent their community so well and just, have also I think the venues. I think the venues that we play at makes it another district that's really, really tough. I mean, coming out here to Demons Stadium, and we've from our fans to the Harleys to the Pitchforks to just the way that we, this has become a special place for us to play. And then you can just go on and on about the different stadiums. But I think there's a lot of different reasons that make it what it is.
I agree. When I was writing out this question, I mean, all of those things came to mind. You look at each game and you basically have to throw out what's happened in the past.
Sure.
Because if you dwell and you look at those things, well, they should do this or they should do that or this is what they did last game or this is what it looked. You just can't do that because each week it's so different. Like you said, from the players to the coaching staffs to the atmosphere that each game is played in. It makes this just a unique battle every single week.
Yeah, I mean, you and then you talk about Hereford, and I mean, it doesn't matter what's going on from year to year. I mean, any game in Hereford's going to be tough. I remember, when I wasn't at Dumas, I was actually at Abilene Cooper. Hereford was in our district.
Oh yeah.
And we even knew that. I mean, we had a really, really good football team, but we drove out and we played at Hereford, and it was a dogfight.
Yeah.
To get out of there with a win. So.
Well, Coach, burning question this week: steak or chicken on the grill?
Steak.
Steak. How do you cook it?
Medium. Well, I've changed. I used to have it well done all the time, but as I've aged and I've got a little bit smarter and understand, how the meat really needs to be. Probably medium.
What's your favorite cut of meat?
Beggars can't be choosers. I'm not real picky about that.
Whatever's on sale at United.
That's it. The best price, and then no, I don't. I'm not real picky on that.
I got you. Hey, I'm on board with all of that. Let's talk about the games this week. It's kind of a strange week in Texas high school football, at least in this area. With some of these districts or some of these teams that are in 4-team districts, many of them using this week as their bye week as they prepare for the last 3 weeks of the season in their district play. So we're going to talk about the Amarillo district quite a bit. Talk about it's going to sound like we're basically previewing every high school in Lubbock.
Sure,
but they're just playing against our teams from up here. Lubbock Cooper at Paladuro. This one being played Thursday night.
Yeah, that's Paladuro is a team that has been much improved this year, but then I think they've gotten here in district and have really been struggling here lately, and going to play a really good Lubbock Cooper team.
Yeah.
Everybody's with Lubbock Cooper opening the new school, and everybody's wondering when and how things are going to look. They're looking pretty good still to me.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a good football game.
Yeah, it looks like at least up to this point they've got the better end of the deal.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Lubbock Monterey, after that game on Thursday night in Dick Bivens, the Friday night game is Lubbock Monterey traveling to play at Tascosa.
You've got a talented Lubbock Monterey team. They've got a lot of athletes. We saw them early in our scrimmage. They've got athletes all over the field, and I think have still been putting a lot of points on the board, but I think they've been giving up a lot of points as well. And then Tascosa, Tascosa struggled early in the season, but as they always do, it feels like they've really hit their stride and playing good football right now. And so that's with it especially being at Tascosa Friday night. That's going to be a good one. Yeah,
it is going to be good. Caprock will travel down and play at Lubbock Coronado.
Again, a Coronado team that that is on and off. I've seen them playing some really, really good games, and then I've also seen them really be off from time to time. Caprock is a team that progressively I thought has been getting better. They're coming off a really, really tough loss, a big loss. I think like 59-3 or something to Amarillo High last week, and with it being at Lubbock Coronado, I don't know. That's going to be a good football game.
Lubbock Estacado makes the long trip up to and plays Coach Hernandez up at Perryton.
That's a really, really long and tough trip for some kids from Lubbock. I'm not sure many of them have been out to Perryton before. Perryton's coming off of a really tough loss. I think it was like a 43-40 there to the Liberty, the new Lubbock Cooper School. I think they actually had the lead and then lost it. I've read a bunch of stuff, some penalties and some calls that caused them to lose the game. But I think this is going to be a good one. I know there's a talented Lubbock Estacado team that has really changed. I think I've seen them a little bit on film a little bit with some teams that we're playing, but they've really changed offensively. I mean, almost going to a single wing type style of offense. Putting their athletes in the backfield, three backs in the backfield, and being pretty deceptive, which has worked really well for them. So this is going to be an interesting football game.
It definitely will. Perryton is another one of those places. It's just hard to play at.
It is.
You're on the edge of the earth up there. You're near Canada, and it's like
it is. It is. It's always been a tough place to play.
These are district games now. West Plains traveling to Pampa.
West Plains playing really good right now. And Pampa has struggled a little bit here lately, and so definitely a game of importance. But again, as we talked about, you never know in this district, and so Pampa's also a really neat place to play. We talked about that a little bit earlier, just the places to play, but all the food going on and all the excitement, and
they walk in, you got the smell of the atmosphere.
They do, the smell of the atmosphere. So another neat place, and going to be an interesting football game.
Yeah, and Pampa last week surprised me. At halftime.
Tied at halftime, 14-14, wasn't it?
Yeah, with Hereford.
Yeah, so you never know.
And that was at Hereford. Man,
never know.
And so kind of the big game being billed this week is two teams that are 1-0. Hereford going to travel and play at Randall.
And this has always been a weird game for the last 2 to 3 years. I think Randall that one year was undefeated in district, and I think it was at Hereford. Went to Hereford, and Hereford really, really whipped them and got after them. And so two good football teams that you've seen play all year long. I mean, these guys have been playing really, really good football, and I think this is going to be a dogfight. Two really good football teams going at each other, and it's going to be interesting.
It is going to be very interesting. Well, Coach, thanks for joining us again this week. Again, a lot of excitement going around with the T-Mobile stuff.
Sure.
And with them being in town for the game, it's going to be an awesome atmosphere. Again, if you're watching this, there's still time. Head out to the stadium. We want you here in person because it's, again, and I don't know that you'd want to miss what's going on and not be here in person. So show up for that. If you have not already, we talked about it last week, get on Instagram, search DHS
Dumas ISD Athletics.
There you go.
Dumas ISD Athletics, the official Instagram, and get on and like our video.
Yes. Like that video. Again, the winner of that contest, which is still a few weeks away, will get that $2 million stadium upgrade. Dumas, one of 16 finalists out of over 1,700 schools, so got a great opportunity. Come on out, celebrate this team, help cheer them on to victory, and be a part of the celebration that's going on with T-Mobile as well. Want to thank Raymond Brady again for being here, helping us get on the air, broadcasting the games for us. A lot of work behind the scenes, and he never gets on camera.
That's it.
But thanks a lot, Raymond. And thanks for tuning in. The game's up next. We'll see you in just a second.